my biggest attention, listen to me again, I'm going to say this again. The two things that get my biggest attention off the open is anything that starts far away from everything and starts zooming, surging, okay? And anything that starts surging from around the 200. Like the origin point is near the 200. So you're either surging from way above, that will get my attention, or surging, do this with green, let's say, as an example, up off of the 200 or near. It doesn't have to be touching, but somewhere near it. So remember, the 200 is a zone, right? And those are the two things that will get my biggest attention. I don't always have them every morning, but they happen frequently enough to just be ready for it, all right? Now, Emilio's asking, is $3 far away? This is where knowing your stock comes into play. Because whenever you're asking that, it means that you don't know your stock. So remember, you're supposed to be living with your same stocks every day of your trading life, right? So those questions start to disappear as you know your stock, right? But the general guideline is that anything that is 20% or more away, 20% change more away off of a gap is excessive, is far away, all right? But that's a really broad guideline. In reality, it's best to just know your stock, all right? And again, this is going to happen you need a little bit of time to know your stocks, but you can't be flipping around, guys, from stock to stock and changing every couple of days your stocks, all right? Because you'll never get that familiarity that will give you that extra edge in your trading. You understand? All right. Okay, so you've noted where, let's take a look at Twitter. Okay, so there's indicated to open a little bit above the fat or JD looks like it's slated to open above. So most things are looking like they're going to open above. Now, that's all we can do. You can't do anything else. And do you really need to do that? Not really. It's okay to do, but you can live without it, because what you can't do is you can't predict what the first 2-minute bar is going to be. And that's what we base a lot of our things on. So can you just simply wait for the market to open and let the bars form? Of course. I'm going to walk you through. All right? This morning, I'm going to talk you through your emotions and everything. So just get ready. 2, 1, go. We're off, guys. There we go. All right. I don't want you getting emotional. Why is this now working for me? Okay, this is MU. Okay, JD. All right, you're calm. There's nothing to do. We're still in the first minute. All right. You're relaxed. You're just observing. You're not analyzing. There's no thinking. There's just watching. That's all. Just watching. You're past the first minute. All right. Nothing to really do yet. It's QCOM. Okay. Twitter's still looking pretty decent as we get deeper into the 2-minute chart, but it is not a plus elephant, no. Okay. JD forming a bottoming tail bar. All right. Waiting for that first 2 minutes to close. Okay. Anything can happen. All right. 2 minutes are up. Okay. Now mark the high off in JD mentally. I want you to buy 100 shares above the high of this bottoming tail bar, like bar, if it trades there. Boom. There it goes. There's your entry right there. Boom. No thinking, no guessing, just do it. That's what your system demands that you do. All right? Doesn't matter if this is going to be a win or loss. You're doing what you're supposed to do. All right? So entry above the high there. Okay? Want to keep your loss small? Stop below the low. Okay? Beautiful. Looking at my Apple here. I'll be flipping around. You don't. But all you do is follow the formula now, guys. All you do is follow the formula. You are not in control of the JD. You are not in control. Your stop is here. Okay? If you get stopped out, be happy that you followed the rules. Okay? Okay, I'm going to walk you through the trade. Just apply the formula. That's your only responsibility. Okay? This apple is formed some interesting double tails here. What else here? There's my apple, guys. Boom. Keep going, keep going. I like it. Hit me, baby. Hit me, baby. Hit me, baby. Whew. Take it. $1,300, 40 seconds. I love it. I love it. I love it. Almost 1,400. All right. I get out quick, guys, so I can just start focusing on you again. All right, so JD has had its first push. Okay, that's push one. Okay, let's try to work on push two here. Now you're under 50. All right, so remember, you can take profits on the second push, but not on everything. So let's say if you bought one share, all right, that's a little difficult. If you bought one share, you can actually take it all. But if you bought two shares, you can't take it all. So you can take one share on two lots. But you can't take it all if you have more than one share. If you have one share, you can. All right. Remember, under 50, you can start taking, if you like, at two pushes. Above 50, it's locked in at three pushes. So you can throw, I know it's small, but you can throw your order up there in the 60, 70 area if you like. I know it's small, but you got a small stop. You got a small price stop. Everything is relative. There's that. Sorry about that, guys. That's weird. All right. Trading with my babies. Ooh, look at all my babies there. Mis bebecitos. Goo goo gaga. So I want you to keep in mind that most of trading is doing nothing, actually. But for many of you before this, maybe it never felt like that. You understand? It never felt like that. Because let's say a trade lasts 12 minutes. Out of that 12-minute period, your responsibility is only maybe a second and a half or 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds out of the whole 12 minutes. How long does it take you to press a key? A millisecond. And so most of your activity is just being aware, just doing nothing, but waiting. Remember, you're either going to get or stop out. And that's it. There's nothing else for you to do. Right? I might have you add if an ad sets up, but right now you're either going to take or stop out. And that's it. There's nothing else to do. And then you move on. Right? It's not your decision. Not your decision. All right, you're going to practice a 2-minute, 2-bar stop out. If that's what happens, it may not happen, but if it does, I'm just getting you ready early. It's not the bar that clears. It's not the bar that breaks. It's the bar after that. So then it would be this one you get stopped out on, okay? You're going to practice the 2-bar stop out, should that happen. Wow, I sold the apple perfectly, huh? Boom. Okay, guys, I'm going to add another play here. Just buy one lot of Twitter above the highs, though, above the highs. So this is a red bar takeout, right? But I want it above the highs. So let me just see where the highs are. 64. Yeah, so if it hits 65, just buy one lot, not two, one lot. Let's do one lot for now. When I enter a trade, do I recommend adding liquidity or hitting the offer? No, you hit the offer. To get in, you don't want to really add liquidity. That comes later in your development. But right now, you don't want to play around. You want to alt into your play. Just buy it. It's the exit that you try to. All right. Someone did square? All right, cool. So square here has the bottoming tail bar, the RBI. You see? All you do is wait for one of your items to happen. You're above the Fat 4. You got your tail bar. You got your RBI. Either one is fine. Guys, I'm flipping around here. Should have had you add here. But that's okay. Guys, you have two mandatory ads. All right, while we're in this play, I'm going to go over it. You have two mandatory ads. You got the first RBI. That is mandatory. You have to do that every time. The second one you don't. The first one you do. Okay? So that's the RBI. Of course, the GBI if you're short. And the second mandatory ad, all right, the second mandatory ad is on the first pullback. Or first pullback. Your stock pulls back, and the very next time it triggers an event. So your event is here. It takes out the high of this narrow range bar. Okay? The narrow range bar is nothing more than what some of you refer to as the VBS, the Les Buy setup, where you got to pull back in your stock, and then there's a little narrow range bar. Boom. All right? There's your little narrow range bar. Boom. Okay? So first pullback, boom. Now sometimes your first pullback is coming from higher, and sometimes it's not coming from that high. It doesn't matter. Okay? And so that's the formula. Initial entry, stop. Add on the first RBI. Add on the first pullback. Remember, once you pull back, your profit-taking rule is new high now. It's not 3 pushes anymore, or 2 pushes. It's just new high. All right? All right, guys, here's your first RBI. Okay? Here it is, your first RBI. It's 15 cents, Santiago. No stop adjustment. You're stopping out below this bar. There's your stop right there. Okay, most things are in a holding pattern. JD is in a holding pattern right now. You can look at it across the board here. Apple's in the holding pattern. QCOM, this Microsoft. So not a lot of momentum happening right now. All right. You know what to do. You're just right now. You're in between. You're in between stop out and profit take. You just wait for one of them to happen. Stop out. We move on. Profit take. We move on. And this is a numbers game, guys. This is a numbers game. It's like poker. You have to play enough hands to know how you're playing. You can't judge it based on one trade. Okay, that you can't do. So 2 mandatory ads, RBI, GBI, first pullback. All right. Mandatory ad. Now, if your stock experiences strength first, then pulls back, that pullback has to remain in the top 50% if to make it mandatory. If it significantly breaks, then it's not mandatory. But that's only if you get strength first. We didn't really get enough strength to apply the 50% rule. All right. But if we came from higher, we want that pullback to maintain 50. Okay. It doesn't really apply if you did not get a multi-bar run to the upside first. Okay. Yeah, Facebook had a nice, there's your Fab 4, bottoming tail bar, boom. There's your 1 push, 2 push, 3 push, boom. Nice. Okay, this is one of your events, guys. Red bar takeout, see? That's one of your events, right? So a trader who did not buy this initially could come in and this could be their first buy. Or it can be the trader who did this, the trader can now add. As long as you can name an event, you can play it. You follow what I'm saying, guys? I want you to be able to name an event, one of your 7, and if you can name it and it's in the right position, you can do it. You don't have to ask, should I add here? All I'm going to say is it one of your events? You say yes. And then I'm going to ask, is it in positive position? Yes. Then of course you can. You can always play your event, any one of them. Understand? As long as you got the right position. I'm now not a big fan of Twitter. Remember, when you join all of this together, it's a lot of red to fight now. See? So I'm not a huge fan. A lot of these moves just fail on you. Okay, so who added on the JD? Who added on the JD? All right. What's the profit-taking rule now? What's the profit-taking rule? New high. All right, you guys don't even need me anymore. Look at that. You don't need me anymore. Love it. I should pay you, huh? Yeah. All right. Now, guys, when a stock gaps up or down for that matter, I want you mentally at least to fill the gap in. And this gives you a clearer picture of what you're dealing with. So in reality, this stock is not in trouble until it starts violating the halfway mark. Our stop is still here. All right, guys, your order should already be in place. All right, and guys, another thing, let me tell you this. Please keep a note of this. New highs eliminate the tails. So you got bar 1 already. No tails, no tails. You cut the tails off. You go with the body for new highs. All right. Boom, boom. You got to do that. That's mandatory too. Boom. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, beautiful. Guys, who's making money? Who's making money? Who's making money so far? I just want to know who is making money. ¿Quién es ganando? ¿Quién es ganando? Ganando, ganando, ganando. Wow. Oh my God. Ganando, haciendo dinero con Oliver. Wow. Wow. Boom. Making money, haciendo dinero con Oliver. So, as you see that, how you stay calm, you know everything in advance. You know your stop out in advance. You know when you're going to add in advance on the first pullback, the first RBI. You know where you're going to take profits in advance. And so there's nothing to really do but just wait for the next thing to happen. Do it just like the formula I taught you. And you just do that every time. You do that formula every time. Now remember, guys, I told you that 72% of all new highs, right, fail temporarily. 72%. Right? It's crazy. This is why you're taught to sell right into the new high. Right? And most people are taught to buy this. All right, now, remember, guys, what I like to do, see the fluid move you got here, right? So you got a fluid move here. I like to combine the move in my mind in one bar. You can even do it yourself if you want to do that. Download the Epic Pen. It's called Epic Pen. Google it. Epic Pen. This is the same pen that I'm using. You can do this on your own charts. And see, as long as it really maintains 50% here, it's cool. All right? But that's how I judge things. I like to combine those moves. Somebody's pointing out MU. Yes. MU could be a buy here. That's fine. What else did I see? I liked QCOM. So here's a bottoming tail bar. Boom. Here's an RBI. Boom. As long as you can name your event, it's one of your events, and it's in the right position. And you know, even if you're coming in here on the first trades, you got to take profits on the new high. Doesn't matter if you didn't do this one. Even if you're coming in here for the first time, it's still the same guidelines. It's the same formula. All right? Now, see how that Twitter fell back? Because it had so much red to fight. Got to be careful of that. All right? There's too much. Remember, I like to take those fluid moves and combine them together. That's too much to overcome. This will keep you out of trouble doing this. All right? Trading is going to become amazing for you. Oh, Carolina, thank you. Thank you. Love it. What about Oracle? Didn't retrace a lot, but just broke new highs. Oracle, let me see Oracle. Yes. All right. But look at your event. Topping tail bar takeout. You see that? I am telling you guys, every move will start with one of your events. I'm telling you. So as long as you can name it, it's okay. And it's in the right position, it's okay. Your trading is going to become amazing. You just follow the formula. Name that first bar off the open. Get that first bar off the open. See if you got a play. Do you have an elephant bar? Do you have a tail bar? Do you get a bull 180? Is your first event in RBI? Whatever it is, name that event. Get that event going. Get that stop under that bar. Or if the 200 is, go max. Add on that first RBI. Add on that first pullback as long as it's one of the events that's happening on the pullback. Red bar takeout, narrow range bar. It's got to be something. Take profits on 2 pushes, 3 pushes under 50. After the first pullback, take profits on that new high. And it's the same formula every time. That's where your consistency is going to come from. All right. What is this Baba doing here? Getting really tight and flat, huh? All right, what else is happening here? So let's take a quick look at. I like to show you these things, even if you can't trade some of these stocks I show you. That's not the point. The point is the. So here's an event. You've got topping tail bar takeout. You've got RBI. As long as you can name it and it's in the right position, you can try it. Remember, your goal is to get to 20 trades. Your goal is to get to 20 trades and then evaluate. All right. Today, we're going to complete the entire process here, guys. We're going to complete the entire process. And we're going to walk away today with a very detailed trading plan, your formula. You understand? And you're going to have no excuses after today. None. You just follow this plan. And your goal is to get 20 trades through the plan, then evaluate. Now listen to me carefully. If you do not have money after 20 trades, when we put this whole thing together today, your first step is to get through 20 trades in the process, 20. Once you complete 20, you have to evaluate. Do you have money or do you not? If you don't, something went wrong. So then what you do is you start off with the biggest losing trade and you go through the list again. Just go through it step by step. Name your event, the position, the stop, the ad, the prop. Where did something go wrong in that process? And if you don't find it there, go to the next biggest losing trade and the next biggest losing trade until you find a mistake. Trust me, it's there. Oh, shoot, I didn't adjust the stop. We'll get to stop adjustments, by the way, sure. I forgot to adjust the stop on this one. Okay, once you find a mistake, maybe you might find 2 mistakes or 3, but you can only choose one. Now, once you, listen to me carefully, guys, it's very important. Once you isolate a mistake, your goal in life is to go through the next 20 trades. The goal is not to make money. The goal is to not do that mistake 20 times in a row. So the goal stops becoming money. The goal starts to become, I can't commit this mistake 20 trades in a row. So you're going to get to 8 trades. You're like, okay, 8 trades without committing the error. All right, boom. Now I'm at 12 trades without committing the mistake. Yes, I'm at 16 trades without committing the mistakes. 4 more to go. Boom, I hit 20 trades in a row without doing the mistake. That mistake is gone forever. Forever. If you can get through 20 without committing the mistake, it's gone forever. Now, do you have money after set number 20, the second set of 20? While you were working on the mistake, do you have money? If you don't, start the process again. Start from the biggest losing trade. Go over the process again, step by step. Did something go wrong? Let's say you find another mistake. All right, now you have to now do the next set of 20 trades. Get through 20 trades without that mistake. Boom, 11 trades without committing the second mistake. 14 trades without committing the second mistake. Yes, I got 6 more to go. 18 trades, I got 2 more to go. Boom, I got through another 20 without doing this mistake. Now that mistake is gone for life. Now, do you have money now? And if you don't, start again. And you're gonna kill. Every set of 20 trades will be dedicated to a mistake. It is not dedicated to making money. It is dedicated to doing the process without committing the mistake. And so every 20 trades is to kill a mistake. Every 20 trades is to kill an error. Every 20 trades is to be working on a flaw. And I promise you with everything I own that if you eliminate 3 or 4 mistakes in this process, trust me, money is going to start happening. Do you know why? Because it's the mistakes that are blocking the money. And so the wrong approach is to try to make money. The best approach is to try to kill a mistake. And just keep killing mistakes. Kill a mistake. Kill a mistake. 20 trades at a time. You should never be doing a trade without focusing on a mistake. You're not supposed to wake up in the morning and just hope that today is different from yesterday. You're not just supposed to randomly take a trade. Oh, I hope my trade makes money. That's the novice way. Every trade has a purpose. Every trade fits into a block of 20 trades. Every block of 20 trades is dedicated to a mistake, and you're going to improve your life 20 trades by 20 trades by 20 trades. Tell me you understand this. And all of a sudden, you're going to say, wow, I'm profitable after 20 trades. Boom, I'm profitable after the next 20 trades. And the next. And then you've arrived. Listen to me carefully. Once you find that every 20 trades, you have more money than you did when you first started that set of 20 trades, you've arrived at step one. Step one is to become profitable. And if you're profitable every 20 trades, you're profitable. Now, guys, listen to me. You can live your whole life right there. You can live your whole life right there. Profitable every 20 trades. Profitable every 20 trades. I make money every 20 trades. I make money every 20 trades. But I don't want you to stop there. Once you are profitable every 20 trades, then you're going to drop to 15. Now start 15. If you're not profitable every 15 trades, find the error. Kill that trade, kill that error the next 15. If you're not profitable after the next set of 15 trades, find the error and kill that one over the next 15 trades. You ultimately become profitable every 15. Every 15 trades you have money. Every 15 trades you have money. Then you're going to go to 10. And once you're profitable every 10 trades of your life, you're going to go to 5. And then after 5, you're going to go to 3. And when you reach 3, you're in the master's group. Welcome to mastery. Welcome to mastery. You can be profitable every 3 trades of your life. You have more money. You might lose 1, but you win 2 bigger than you lost the 1. Boom, more money than you started the set of 3. If you're profitable every 3 trades of your life, you are a master. I want you working toward mastery. Now you have a journey. I have mapped out your journey starting with the number 20. Do you know how many traders don't have a journey? Do you know how many traders just wake up today and just hope and pray that their random trades make money? They don't have a direction. They don't have a path. They don't have a plan. They don't have a method. They don't have a strategy. They don't know what they're working on. They're just a lost ship at sea without a destination, floating around forever. That is not you. Every trade will have a purpose. Every single one. Every day, you're going to be working on something until you reach mastery. Every 3 trades, I have money. Every 3 trades, I have money. You got it? All right. Now let's go over stop adjustments. Let's go over stop adjustments. I still have some stuff to go over with you. All right. But before I do that, I want to take Microsoft here. All right. Grab your Fat 4. Can you come into Microsoft right there? Yes or no? Is that one of your events? Yes. Boom. All right. As long as you can name it, and it's in the right position, you can do it. All right. Nice. Okay. Now, this is the stock's first pullback. You see? This is not a pullback. One bar does not make a pullback. A pullback is multiple bars. You see? It's not one bar. So don't call 1 bars pullbacks. Okay? This is the stock's first pullback, making it a mandatory add if you're already in the play. Okay? Here's your first RBI, mandatory add. It's the first one. Well, no, it's really not the first one, but all right, here's an RBI. You can take it if you like. Here's an RBI. You can take it. It's not mandatory, but you can. As long as you can name one of your events, you can do it. You can never really be wrong playing one of the 7 things, as long as it's in the right position, as long as it's not too far. Don't play an RBI here. That's that position is too far from the 20. Remember your basic things. You can be near the 20 or not too, you don't have to be touching it, but you can't be way away from it and take signals. You understand? You got it? All right. Now let's talk about stop adjustments. All right, I'm going to go over all your stop adjustments. Okay? Let's begin. This is something you want to write down. All right. Stop adjustment number 1. Break even. The break even stop adjustment. All right. Now, when are you allowed to go to break even? You can go to break even after 3 pushes or after 2 pushes if it's under 50. So after 3 pushes above $50, after 2 pushes below $50. So if your stock If you bought this, right? Let's say you bought above the high, confirmation entry, boom. Your initial stop is here. You get 1, 2, and you're under 50, you can go to break even. Move your stop to wherever break even is mentally. Or you need 3 pushes if you're over 50 to go to break even. So that's step number 1. Get your stop to break even after 2 pushes under 50 or after 3 pushes above 50. Break even. Once you go to break even, you're now playing with the market's money. You're not playing with your original capital. You are playing with the market's money. It's the market's money. Your profits are the market's money until you take it and put it in your pocket. You're now playing with the market's money. Your money has been removed from the risk equation. You're not going to lose your money now. So the first stop adjustment that we're covering here is break even. All right. You got the first one? You understand the first one? Break even. All right. Now, stop number 2, stop adjustment number 2. All right. Pivot 1. What's pivot 1? This is a pivot, a pullback, and a move back up. A pivot is a pullback and a move back up. Now look at this drop first that I'm drawing. Here's the drop. Okay. Now here's the 100% retracement level, meaning at this point the stock gets all the way back 100% of the drop. But you don't need that for the pivot. You need 80% retracement of the drop. Boom. Now this becomes a pivot. This is not a pivot. Listen to me carefully. This is not a pivot. Do not call that a pivot. This is now a pivot. Goes higher, 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 higher. 80%, boom, now you have a pivot. You need a lift to have a pivot. You can't have a check mark. That's a check mark. That's not a pivot. You need 80% retracement. Boom, now I've got a pivot. So, look at Microsoft. Microsoft pulls back. Why is this not erasing that? Huh, okay. Let's do it again. Microsoft pulls back. All right, goes up, 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 80%. Okay, now I got a pivot. Now my stop goes, if my stop was max, because the 200 is here, right? Let's say your stop was max. Your stop now moves to pivot 1. Tell me you understand this. Pivot 1, stop adjustment, after a pullback and an 80% retracement. Beautiful. You've just tightened up your stop. You've minimized your risk. All right. So, stop adjustment number 1, break even. That's after 2 pushes under 50, 3 pushes above 50. Stop adjustment number 2, pivot 1. For short, I call it P1, pivot 1. You must have the first pullback and an 80% retracement to adjust to pivot 1. Stop adjustment number 3. This is really exciting, guys. You don't understand that this is the mastery part of your trading. Stop adjustments. It's why I save it for last almost. If you get the stop adjustments down, wow. This is the sexiest part of your trading. This is the mastery part of your trading. Managing your trade in between the stop out point and the profit taking point. No novice knows how to do this. No untrained trader knows how to do this. But you're going to know how to manage your trade in a mastery type of way. And it's so sexy. It's so sexy. All right. So stop adjustment number 3 is one of my favorite ones. All right. It's big bar stop adjustment. De la grande. Okay. Big bar stop adjustment. Look at this big bar right here. You were at, look, even this one's big. So your stop is at pivot 1. This is P1. Boom, big, a nice fat bar, My stop gets adjusted right under that fat bar. I get another fat bar. Now my stop gets adjusted under this fat bar. And let me tell you something. You can fat bar, by fat bar, by fat bar, by fat bar your way to the promised land. This is my favorite stop adjustments of all. Fat bar, by fat bar, by fat bar. This will keep you in some of the biggest, longest, most profitable trades of your life. All right? Nice, Reza. All right. Love it. Stop adjustment. No. Number 4. So I like to save this for when the market's open because I like to do it on something that happened now today to show you how it really works and not that I'm randomly picking the best examples for my slides. We're going to use, I signify it like this, bar by bar. You start to separate away from the 20. Now, bar by bar. Boom, 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 out right there. When you start to separate away from the 20, bar by bar, away bar by bar, away bar by bar. Do you understand this? Now listen to me carefully. You don't choose one of these. No choices. Even though the big bar is my favorite one, I'm not choosing that one. I'm doing whichever one comes next. If the big bar comes next, stop adjustment under the big bar. If the pivot 1 comes next, stop adjustment under pivot 1. If the break even comes, break even. Now that if the next one is pivot 1, pivot 1. If the next one is big bar, if I move away bar by bar, it's not a choice, it's you have to do whichever one comes next. Now we're not finished. I need the 5th one. The 5th one is the color stop adjustment. Whew, this is so sexy to me. All right, let me get these off first. The next one is color. To me, this is the most exciting part, the stop adjustments. Love it. Color. So what's a color? The color stop adjustment is going to be based on the opposite color of your trade. So if you're long, red is the opposite color. So when you get the opposite color, boom, and you are followed by 2 green bars, boom, you can move your stop under the color. Boom. So it's very simple. You get the opposite color, red. That red bar is followed by 2 greens. 1, 2, now move your stop under the color. You get your opposite color again. When it's followed by 2 green, boom, boom, move your stop under that color. And you're going to freaking color your way to maximum profitability. Look at this. Boom. Big bar and color. Bar by bar. Out. This neat little rolling system is going to help you manage your trades and hold on without guessing. Where do I get out? What do I do? Break even. Pivot 1. Big bar. Bar by bar. When you're way, bar by bar. 5. Color. Beautiful. I can explain break even again. Break even is you move your stop to break even after you get 2 pushes if you're under $50, or after you get 3 pushes. Now, what is it that you need me to explain further than that? Do you understand what break even is? Like, after $50. No, if you're trading a stock that is above 50, it's the 3 push rule. If you're trading a stock that is below $50 in price, it's the 2 push rule. We're talking about the price of your stock, right? So Glenn is asking, what is break even? All right. You know when you take a trade and your stock says you're down $25, and then your stock says now you're down 15, now you're down $5, now you're down 0. That's break even. Where are you zero? What price is that? What price makes your stop zero? So when you're going up, now you're up $15. Break even is at zero. Now you're up $50. You've added, yes. All right? You guys understand this? All right, average price. Yes, so RBI can be part of the color stop adjustment, right? It doesn't have to be, but it can. Yes. All right, cool. Now let's take a few things. Let's do Baba. Now let's do Baba. I was going to do this, but I was teaching. Missed a lot of money here today, but that's okay. My babies. All right. Here's your play right there. Boom. So you're going to take this buy. Missed it. Huge. Boom. Entry. Stop below the low. Your 200 is far away. All right. Mandatory add here. Boom. First RBI. Same formula. Nothing's different. You can do this. Red bar followed by 2 green. 1, 2. Red bar. Stop adjustment. Fat bar. Fat bar. Stop adjustment. Big bar. Stop adjustment. Far away. You can start going bar by bar. Boom. You can be out. Now, it's your decision. Remember I told you when you are rich, you have choices. What are your choices? Let's say you have 3 lots. All right. So let's say you did 2 lots on the buy. There's 2. You did 1 lot on the mandatory add. Okay. So let's say here's your stop out here, and you decide I'm going to take 2 lots off and keep 1 lot in. All right. So your stop out was only on the 2 lots. On the 1 lot, you now wait for the next stop adjustment to occur. And that would be your pivot. Boom. Now the stop on your remaining 1 is this one. So remember, if you leave something in after getting stopped out, you have to let that extra lot float until the next stop adjustment forms and start from there. You understand this, what I just went over with Baba? So you don't have to take everything off on a stop out. You can take it all, you can take some, or you can decide, like, I'm not taking anything off. I think this is higher. You have rights when you're rich. In this Baba trade, you are now, in trading terms, super rich. All right. AMD boom? All right. All right. Let's do your stop adjustments. Pull back. Boom. 80%. Pivot. Stop adjustment. Big bar. Boom. All right. You don't really have anything yet. If it keeps going up away, you're going to then go bar by bar, right? But there's nothing yet except this big bar. So your stop is here now. Now remember, you can take profits. You don't have to get stopped out. You can throw an order up here and let it come to your order, boom, and be out that way. Your stop adjustment is just to protect you from disaster, but don't forget your profit-taking rules. All right? You're not supposed to get stopped out every trade. You're supposed to take profits when you're supposed to take profits. Now, why is taking profits here okay? Because your pullback was so deep. So now it's not really new high. It's before a new high. The deeper you drop, the more you have to drop your target. You understand that, guys? All right. Some of you right now, some of you are going to make us say, wow, with your trading. I wish I could say all of you, but that never happens. But some of you are going to take what you know now, and over time, you're going to make us say, wow. Danielle, what do you need? What do you need again? What do you need me to do again? What do you need me to go over again? I'll go over it 1,000 times if I have to. Let me know. All right, remember we went over this, right? If your pullback stays in the upper 50%, your target is new high. If your pullback drops deeper, your target gets dropped before new high, right? Do you remember that? And if your target really drops far, now your target gets moved to halfway, all right? So to me, this is a pretty sizable drop. So now for me, the target is before new high. You don't have to take everything there, all right? Remember, you have rights when you're rich. No, you wait for the first bar to close, and the second bar, you get out if it violates the low of the first bar, Angela. That's the 2-bar stop rule. So if this is your stop, the first bar, you wait for it to close. But the second bar, now this becomes your hard stop, and the second bar, you just get out whenever it happens, all right? Now guys, how do you know a trend is still healthy? Based on percentage, right? Remember, in your mind, you got to combine the fluid moves, right? Top 50%, still healthy. Combine your fluid moves. Baba, this pullback, still healthy. Combine them. All right? What else? Apple, take this move here. Still healthy, all right? As long as your entry point is in the upper 50%, you're fine. Microsoft, in a second here. Wait a second, guys. I shorted this. Shorted the bottom. Oh, come on, come on, come on, get it. You didn't do it, did you? I don't want to play around here with it too much because I'm fighting position. No. Three more, three more. Oh, all right, I'll take it. It's like that. Not bad, not bad. Picking up some change in the middle of my teaching. All right. In your face, in tu cara. You need me to go over it again? It's 50%. All right, I'll do it again. When your stock stays in the upper 50% of a move, it's healthy. Boom, top 50%. Here's the top. It's way too big. The stock stays in the upper 50%. Here's the top 50. Here's the bottom 50. If your stock stays in the upper 50%, it's still healthy. If it breaks, it's not as healthy. All right, it's really very, very simple. Look at Microsoft. Look at the move from here to here. Where's the 50% level? Right there. Is this still healthy? But people get scared. Oh my God, it's going down. Dude, what are you talking about? The stock is still in the upper 50% of the last power move. Nothing here is troublesome. It's the novice that gets shaken out and the novice that gets spooked and scared. Every single little wrinkle, every single little red bar scares them. But you now know top 50%, nothing to worry about. Do you understand this? All right. What is this Twitter doing? All right, guys, you want to try the Twitter? Buy one lot of Twitter. Do it now. Do it now. Buy one lot of Twitter. All right? Buy one lot of Twitter. Now, what I want you to do is just follow the process. Now, the drop is big, so the target is not here. It's up. It's in this area. All right? Follow the process. I'm gonna go take a bathroom break, guys. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. The sound is gonna go off. Don't worry. I'm here. All right. Okay, guys, I'm back. All right. Okay. So question is, where should your stop be in Twitter? All right. So this is the buy, right? The bottoming tail bar. An event-based stop would be here, which means that you would get stopped out here. And is that acceptable? See how easy it is? So what's your stop? Maximum loss per trade. There you go. You guys know this. Now, let's say you can't do maximum loss because you don't have that much. Because remember, you only get 300 per day in my program. And let's say you already are down like 210. Then okay, then use the event. You're not able to use maximum. I get it. But if you have the room, you do maximum. Remember, a stop adjustment hopefully will be coming soon. Okay? So if you get, for instance, if we get here green and green, and you can move your stop to the color, let's say as an example. Guys, can you hear me? Am I audible? Am I audible? Am I audible? All right, cool. Uh-huh. Nice. Max to big bar. You guys are getting it. Yeah. Well, is that what's next, Felipe? You know this. You know this. Oh, good question. When we do a stop adjustment, do we do the 2-bar stop rule? That's a great question. All right. You don't have to. The 2-bar stop rule only officially applies to the initial stop. You understand? It only applies to the initial stop. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this. I have traders that do the 2-bar stop rule on every stop. And I have some that don't do the 2-bar stop rule. And it's truly a choice, but it's only mandatory on the initial stop. All right. No. Javier's asking, is it okay to do bar by bar at this point? No. No, 1 bar doesn't get you far enough away from the 20. Now, let's say you did 2 lots here. All right, let's go over something. Sometimes 1 bar is big enough to count as 2 pushes. You see? 1 push, 2 push. All right. So, keep that in mind. This goes for everything, like new highs and everything. So here's your new high, right? You can get a bar big enough that it's considered 2 bars in your mind. You see what I'm saying? Now, Esteban's asking me, add Twitter. Now, I'm confused by this question this late in our course. All right, you can only add on an event, right? Now, are you asking, is it time to add now, or do we add on the pullback when an event happens? Because I hope it's the second one that you're asking me. Because if you're asking me, is this bar an add, well, what have we been talking about for 2 days? All right, how is that bar an add? Angela, you've been playing in MU? All right, let's cover it. Beautiful. Boom. RBI. Boom. Boom. Every one of these is an event. Every one of these is an event. Beautiful. And so, guys, you see how MU has run. Like, you're all going to get your fair share of these runs. It's all a numbers game. Out of 20 trades, you will get several of these. Some of them will just be little blips and don't do much. Some of them will be super runs right from the open. All right. So some are going to be a little blip, boom, and they don't do much. Some are going to be super runs. Some are going to be power trends. Some are going to be stop outs. But it's the collection of your trades, not a single trade. It's a numbers game. Just get to 20. Just get to 20. You understand what I'm saying? You'll get your fair share of them all. That's a great question, Angela. Angela asked, if you keep going in and out of the same stock, does it count as multiple trades, or because it's the same symbol on the same day, is it one giant trade? No. Once you go to 0 shares in the stock, your next play is a brand new trade. But if you, for instance, if you are in here 2 lots and in here 1 lot, and you sell 2 lots here, and you keep 1, and then you add here, this is all still the same trade. But if you sell 3 here, all of it, now you start from scratch again, and you go in here, this is now considered the second trade. All right, but great question. LTC, you got that as well? How important is the 20 moving average in the first 10 minutes at the open? I'm not quite sure I understand, because isn't the 20 part of your Fab 4? And isn't that the most important thing off the open? So I don't understand how you can be asking me, is the 20 important in the first 10 minutes? It's part of the Fab 4. Of course it is. What are you asking me? The apple's running. See, I'm teaching you, so I'm not really focused too much here. So see, I was saying how Apple stayed, this drop would scare a lot of traders, but it stayed in the upper 50% of the move. So it's still healthy. Now look at this one. Look at this move. Your buy comes in the upper 50% of the move. It's where your buy point is that matters. It comes in the upper 50% of the move. Tell me you understand that. It's where your buy trigger is. Happens in the upper 50%. Yes, you got it? So Bob is failing here. Danielle, don't think. You know what? I'm not sure if this is actually. It's like it's not. All right, you're asking me what I think. This is not the greatest short. I'm going to give it a shot. I'll stop out above 0.8. But there's no thinking. We'll see if this can fill its gap or so. We'll try to. It's not the greatest, though. I will tell you that. Just wait. There's nothing to do. Relax. I do not understand what's going on with my executions here this morning. Pet the dog. Flip through your emails. Go through your Instagram feed. Oh, something's wrong. Check out some of my trades. Just wait. Relax. Yeah, you can drink some secret. You don't do that too early in the day, but all right. If I can get you to really just take it easy and know that you only have four things. There are only four things that can happen once you're in a trade. Let's go over them. One, you need to add. Is it time to add? If the answer is no, you do nothing. Two, stop adjustment. Is it time to adjust the stop? The answer is no, you do nothing. Take a profit. Is it time to take a profit? If the answer is no, you do nothing. And four, stop out. Are you being stopped out? If the answer is no, you do nothing. So for instance, if I go to Twitter right now, all right? You say, oh, but Twitter, what's going on? All right, calm down. Let's go over the four things. Is it time to add? Is this an ad? No. Are you being stopped out? No. Is it time to take a profit right here? No. Is it time to adjust the stop? No. You do nothing. Tell me you understand this. Got it? All right. All you got to do is ask yourself those four things. Wait a minute. Why am I nervous? Okay, wait a minute. Let me go. Is it time to add? No. Is it being stopped out? No. Is it time to take a profit? No. Should I be adjusting my stop right now? No. All right. Let me relax. Reza, you mean Apple a new high? Of course. That should be a question. Yeah, I wasn't referring to Apple, of course. Now it's time to take a profit, of course. Guys, you should not be asking me these things now. I mean, I want you to if you're not clear, but you should have this down now. You should not be asking me, do we take profits on a new high? Like, you should not be asking me that now. The other thing, guys, don't be too careful. That's going to slow you down. Now, some of you have the opposite problem. You're too careless. Don't be careless, but don't be too careful. Just do it. If it's like when you're just do it and see what happens. Remember, I'm looking for your experience. You're not looking for wins or gains right now. You just need trades. And I promise you, if you grow your 20, first set of 20, second set of 20, third set of 20, get your 20s in, get them in. And you're going to reach a point in your experience where something clicks. And it's your experience that brings you there. And remember, you need wins and losses to become experience. You can't just have wins and be experienced. You need them all. Tell me you understand this. You got it? All right. Still here, guys. Still here. Still with you. I'm going to keep reminding you of these things, right? So a lot of traders ask Oliver, what do you think about this play? And I always take them to the same thing. Okay, is this one of your 7 events? Yes. Is it in a proper location and not too far from the 20? Yes. Then okay, you can do it. Always check yourself that way. Congratulations on Twitter, guys. Congratulations. Well, I think LTC, I think I know what you're asking. Guys, give me a moment. Okay, so let's go over the LTC wanted me to go over what the entry was. See this bar here? That's a bottoming tail bar. Okay, it's occurring not too far from the 20, right? It's in positive territory. Okay, boom. I mean, we got it a little late, but it really was supposed to be here. So you're playing a bottoming tail bar, right? That's one of your 7 events. It's as simple as that, guys. All right? How true is it that the market is very volatile? Sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. Diego? It's not always one thing, you know? All right, guys, so look, I'm going to give you right now, I want to give you a 10-minute recess. When we come back, we're going to start building your master trade list. This list is going to be the key to you becoming a boss trader. All right? 10 minutes. Stay out of trouble. All right, traders. Okay. Guys, this is where I want us to build our trading list. I want to build our trading list section by section. So I'm going to take you to my whiteboard here. I don't know what the heck is going on here. I think the whiteboard is operating very well right now. Okay, can't do that. Let me just take you to if you want, when we finish, you can take a snapshot of this, an image, a picture, whatever you want to do. You can take notes or do the picture. Now look, every trade is broken up into 7 categories. Every trade is broken into 7 categories, okay? Now, at the top of your piece of paper, you should have like the symbol, the date, not in any particular order, but the date of the trade, whether you can do the, whether the trade was a long or short, things like that. And you can do whether it was a win or loss. That comes later, or loss, something like that, whatever. Okay, so this is the top basic information. Symbol, date, long or short, win or loss. Okay, now from here, that's at the top. I'm going to take that off for the moment. Shoot, I'm going to do this again. Sorry about that. Now, every trade is broken into 7 categories. So our master trade list is going to be broken into these 7 categories. Category 1, identify. This is the I box for identify. This is step 1. You identify your opportunity. All right, you have basically 7 things, but I'm going to list the 4 major things here. You got the elephant bar and an empty space next to it. You have the tail bar, cola, and an empty space next to it. You have the 180 and an empty space next to it. You have the RBI, GBI, and an empty space next to it. Now, these empty spaces are for check marks, okay? But your first step is to identify one of your 7 items, all right? Step number 2 in the process is position. Identify the position. Now, position, there are 5 positions. There's above the Fat 4, I do that with a plus, space next to it. Way above, I do that plus plus. You have you have the trap zone. That's in between the Fat 4. Then you have below. And then you have way below, which I do like this. Boom, boom. Like 2 dash lines, way below. So your play would go something like this. If we were doing this on, so we've got an elephant bar, check, boom. You see? It's really different colors. So elephant bar, check. What's the position? Above the Fat 4, check. You're going to freaking physically check this piece of paper during your trade. Box by box. The 3rd box you're going to deal with after considering where the position is. What's my entry? What kind of entry? You've got 2 entry types. Anticipation and confirmation. If it's elephant plus, boom, it's anticipation. If it's regular, it's confirmation. You know how to determine whether it's confirmation. So let's say it's a regular elephant bar, it's confirmation. Check. You're going to freaking physically check this piece of paper off. You're not going to do it in your mind. Do you understand this? Not in your mind. It doesn't work in your mind. You have to physically, with a pen or piece of paper, I want you to physically check it off during your trade. Tell me you understand this. You're going to have this piece of paper next to you. Okay, now you're going to go to the next box. Trust me, if you follow these boxes, oh my God. All right, we're going to go to the next box, initial stop. Initial stop. You got 2 main initial stops. Event, that's where if you're buying, you put a stop under that elephant bar. Or maximum loss per trade. If the 200 is nearby your event stop, you go max. You know this. So let's say in this case, the 200 is close by. Then you would say max. Physically check off max. Now these 4 steps, never, the order is always the same. Identify, elephant bar, check. What position is this elephant bar in? It's above the Fab 4, check. What's my entry? It's a regular elephant bar, confirmation, check. The 200 is near the event stop, maximum loss per trade, check. These first four steps, never, the order is always the same. If you do these 4 steps correctly, I'm telling you, after 20 trades, you're gonna have money. Get these 4 steps right. Stop fighting position. Stop buying elephant bars in the wrong position. Stop getting into RBIs too high away from the 23 moving average. Make sure that position is good. Pick the right entry style. Anticipation on the pluses. They're safer than the confirmations. Anticipation entry is safer than confirmation, but only do it when you have the pluses. And only use max when that 200 is close by, or a thin, narrow Fab 4 is close by. Use max. Get these four steps correct, and you're going to be well on your way to being profitable every 20 trades. Now, do you understand these 4 steps so far? Because now we cover the 3 other steps, which are a little more involved. Okay? We got 3 more parts to this master list. All right, let's start that now. The next set of boxes, they can happen in any order. The first 4 always happen in the same order. The next 3 can happen in any order, so in no specific order. So let's start it now. Box number 4, add. You got 2 mandatory adds. The first RBI, GBI. Empty space next to it. First pullback. That stands for pullback. First pullback. Empty space next to it. When you get that first RBI add, boom, check it off. Or I just added RBI, I added on the first RBI, check it. Take your pencil or your pen and physically check it. You're going to be a physical checker during the trade. Do not do this after the trade. You are going to cheat yourself. There is something magical about checking during the trade. During the trade, you stay in the process. You don't deviate. You don't get tricked. You don't forget. Something magical happens if you physically do this during the trade. All right. Next box. Profit. Profit box. There are 2 profit rules. 3 pushes. The 3 push rule. Once you take profits on 3 pushes, remember it's 2 pushes under 50. I'm just writing it here as 3. You can put 3/2 pushes. Or you can add a line to 2 pushes. So you can do this. 3 push. You can get add a 2 push line to your plan for when you have 2 pushes. So when you take profits on 2 pushes, check off that 2 push line. If you do profits on 3 pushes too, so let's say you take partial profits on 2 pushes, check the 2 push line. Then you take more profits on 3 push, check that 3 push line. All right. And then you have the new high, new low, new high, new low profit taking rule. After the first pullback, that stock goes to new high, you take a profit, check it off. All right. So you can have all 3 of these checked off. Let's say you say, okay, elephant bar, check. Boom. Where's the position? Above the Fab 4, check. Not way above, not double check, 1 check. It's just comfortably above, but not way above. That's 1 plus check. The elephant bar is normal, not elephant plus. Confirmation, check. Okay? Confirmation entry. And you can put the number here, something like this, to signify 2 lots. Check 2 lots, confirmation entry. 200 is nearby, maximum loss per trade, check. First RBI, check. Boom. The stock is under 50. 2 pushes, check. I took 1 lot off, boom. Now do the number 1 right there. I take another lot off on 3 push. Boom, check. 1 lot. So now you got 1 lot left. You gotta do 1 here because you added this, right? So you did 2 on the confirmation entry, 1 on the first RBI. You took 1 lot off on 2 pushes, another lot off on 3 pushes. You got 1 lot left. All right. No, we're going to keep it like this for now. We're not going to add the 20-cent rule right now on this. I want you to keep it like this, no matter what cent it is. Let's get some practice in there like this. All right, last box. This is the sexy one, right? This is your sexy box. I love this one. This completes all 7. You see? And this is your stop adjustment box. Oh my God, once we finish this, we're done. I love it. Break even. When do you go to break even? After 2 pushes under $50 stocks, with 50 stocks, with stocks under $50, you can move your stop to break even after 2 points. If the price of your stock is above $50, then you move your stop to break even only after 3 pushes. All right. Next stop adjustment is P1. Remember pivot 1. First pullback, then 80% retracement. Check. Next stop adjustment is big bar. Big bar. Every big bar, you can move your stop under the big bar. Then it's bar by bar, only when you move far away from the 20. Now you go bar by bar. And then you have color. Red bar, followed by green, stop adjustment under the red. Red bar, followed by green, stop under the red. That's your color stop adjustment. And if you're you know the pivot 1. Pull back, move back up 80%, pivot 1. And then you have the 8 MA trailing stop on power trends. We'll talk about that in just a bit. And you are complete. Elephant bar, check. What's the position? Above the fat 4, check. Let's go through it. It's not an elephant plus, it's a regular confirmation entry above the high, check. 2 lots, boom. 200 is nearby, I'm going max, check. First RBI happens, check. I add 1 lot, now I've got 3 lots. Beautiful. 2 pushes, because my stock is under $50, I take 1 lot off, check. 2 push. I take another lot off on 3 pushes, check. Now I'm down to 1 lot. Okay. Break even stop, check. That was after 2 pushes. Stock pulls back, goes up 80% more. Here, so stock did this, now pulls back. Boom, gives you an add right there. Boom, add on the first pullback, check. 1 lot, now you're back to two lots. Remember, stay in the top 50%, mandatory add. Stock rallies 80% of the way back up. This is 80%. This is 100%. All the way back up to the tippy top is 100. Goes back to 80%. Boom. Pivot 1 stop adjustment. Check. Boom. Big bar. Check. Boom. Stock now moves far away from the 20. Bar by bar. Boom. Check. New high. Take profits on 1. Check. Now you're back down to 1 lot. Red bar, 2 green bars. Color stop adjustment, check. Stock is now power trending. Now I use the 8-period moving average, check. Until you either take profits again or get stopped out. If the stock breaks the 8-period moving average, boom, 1 lot. Now your trade is finished. You follow all 7 boxes. Get through all 7. Each trade, identify, position, entry, initial stop, add at the right times, take profit at the right times, adjust at the right times. Get through all 7 every trade, all 7 boxes every trade, all 7 boxes every trade, all 7 boxes every trade. Do it 20 times. Now evaluate. Do you have money? If not, let's take the biggest losing trade first. And let's go through this list again. Where was the mistake? Can't find it there? Go to the next biggest losing trade. Trust me, it's there somewhere. Find that mistake. Now, got my mistake to work on for the next 20 trades. Now, every trade, don't commit that mistake. Go through the 7 boxes without committing the mistake. Boom. Go through the 7 boxes without committing the mistake 20 times. After going through the boxes 20 times without committing that mistake is gone for life. Now you have to ask yourself, you say, okay, I eliminated 1 mistake. Do I have money? If the answer is no, find the next mistake. Go through the boxes 20 more times. Just don't commit the next mistake you found. Now, after 20 trades, you kill that mistake and ask yourself, do I have money? And keep doing this process until every 20 trades you're profitable. Trust me, remove 3 or 4 mistakes, you're going to find yourself profitable every 20 trades because it's the mistakes that block the money. But first, you may have to eliminate several mistakes before you start seeing money. You can't make money with the mistakes. So you might have to go through several sets of 20 killing mistakes before you start seeing money. Tell me you understand this. Don't expect to make it right off the bat with your mistakes. You now have what most traders do not have. You have a specific line-by-line trading plan or trading list or trading formula. I don't care which word you use. You have something systematic to apply to every trade, every trade. You now have a journey that you're going to take 20 trades by 20 trades. You have a process to kill your mistakes 20 trades by 20 trades. And your ultimate journey is to go from 20 to 15 to 10 to 5 to 3. And this is your life. Every trade will have a purpose. Every trade will move you one step closer. Every block of 20 trades will move you a giant step forward. Every 20 trades will be killing something wrong. Every 20 trades will be eliminating a demon, eliminating a mistake. Every 20 trades, you're going to take a giant leap. Every trade, you're going to take a step. Every 20 trades, you're going to take a leap forward until you get to where I am. Every 3 trades, you've got money. This starts your brand new life. This starts your journey. It is a journey with structure. It is a journey with purpose. You are no longer a purposeless trader. You are no longer an individual out there who just wakes up and just prays today is different. You have a map. You have a path. Now go to work. Go to work. This is it, guys. Now, before I erase this, take an image, take a picture, do something with it. All right? Because you need to create this. Do you understand? You need to create this piece of paper with the blank lines on it. And you need to make copies, right? So that each piece of paper in your journal or what have you, you need to collect 20 at a time. So you're going to have 20 pieces of papers that make group number 1. Then group number 2 is another 20 pieces of paper. Clip them together or file them electronically. You can do this on your cell phone if you want. If you have the Trader Poker cards, you do this with the cards. The Trading Poker cards was inspired by the list. So every line on this piece of paper, there is a poker card. And so the way you're supposed to do the cards is, when you get an elephant bar, boom, elephant bar, pull out that elephant poker card, put it down in front of your computer. Or put it, a lot of traders like to put it right on their computer, facing them, behind the keys. Boom, elephant bar card. Confirmation entry, boom, that confirmation entry card. That maximum loss per trade card, put it down. And you do the cards during the trade. Now, this is even better than the pen. Flashcards have been used for hundreds of years to make processes automatic. It will become more automatic faster with the cards because it's a bigger physical movement and it's more visual than the check mark. Like you see the picture of the item. You see the picture of the elephant bar right there. You see the picture of the confirmation entry. You put down the card for the maximum loss and see the picture. It's like going through the course again. You do the RBI ad, get that RBI card out, boom, put it down next. And at the end of your trade, your cards tell the whole story of the trade. Once the trade is over, you pull out your cell phone, you take a snapshot of the cards and file that away. That's trade 1. Then trade 2, take another picture of all the cards laid out, boom, and then collect 20 of these pictures. Now evaluate. Now let me tell you a story. These poker cards are amazing, guys. In addition to the poker cards, you become a part of my poker trading club. We have a study session every month. Do you understand? We sit down every month and cover a concept. We cover something in those cards every month just to make sure I keep drilling it in you forever. Get those cards if you can. They're coming in English and Portuguese really soon as well. They're right now in Spanish, but English is coming. Okay? All right, but check this out. I'm going to tell you a story. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay? That's the link for poker cards. Cut and paste it or click it now. All right? That's the link. bit.ly/trading poker. All right. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. Back in the late 1980s, we're talking 88 maybe, something like that. I traded with 7 other traders. There was 8 of us, 8 traders, and we were pioneers. We were the first 8 traders in the United States to trade on a system called the SOS system, which stood for Small Order Execution System. We're the first 8 traders in the United States, in the world, to start trading on this SOS system. But that's another story. The story I want to tell you is that one of the traders, one of the 7 other traders besides me, was an elderly individual. Now, come to think of it, he was my age now. I used to think the guy was really old. Anyway, all right. He's about my age now. I was a young kid, all right? And I used to watch this trader out of the corner of my eye because he was the best trader. He was the best trader amongst all of us. And I used to notice, I didn't want him to know I was watching, but I used to notice that when he placed a trade, that I used to see him open a book that he would have on the side of his keyboard. He would open the book, right? Take a pen and write something down. And then he would put the book down. And I watched him do this for months. He'd take a trade, then pick up the book, take a pen, and write something down and close the book. And I was like, what the heck is he writing down? He does it every time. So one day we're at the coffee section, and I got up enough nerve to ask him. Let's say his name was, no, his actual name was Scott. I said, Scott, can I ask you a question, man? I don't want to bother you, but I'm so curious about something. He says, sure, Olive. I noticed that every time you take a trade, you pick up a book and you write something down in this book. And I'm just wondering, like, what are you writing down? I mean, he seemed surprised by the question. He's like, oh, well, that's easy, Oliver. I'm writing down where I'm going to get out if my play doesn't work. And I'm like, you're writing down your stop out point? And he's like, yeah. I was like, but don't you know where you're going to get out? He's like, yeah. I said, but then if you know it, why are you actually writing it down? What purpose does that have? He says, it's simple, Oliver. He's like, if I keep it in my mind, I change my mind all the time. But when I write my stop down, that number on that piece of paper does not change ever. And I am truer to my stops when I write it down and I see the number looking at me. When I write my stop down, it makes it real and permanent for me, Oliver. It makes me more disciplined. And I never miss a stop, ever. I never forgot that lesson from Scott. I began freaking writing everything down. I'm going to write down what I'm playing elephant bar. I'm going to write down where the elephant bar is. I'm going to write down, I started writing down where I got into the play, my entry, where I started writing down the stop and the actual number of the stop, 32.15, whatever it is. And that's how this process began to be born over the years that you now have. Scott taught me the magic of the pen. There is magic in the pen. There is magic in the physical act of writing down or putting a card down. It's the physical act that makes it more real. The card starts looking at you. You put the poker card down, it's looking at you. You check off the maximum loss per trade. That check mark, the physical act of checking it off, does something extra than having it in your mind. It makes you more disciplined. It makes you truer. It makes the process be drilled down deeper and deeper into your soul. So you can't do it in your mind. Do you understand? Beautiful. Power of the pen. Love it. Yes, Excel spreadsheets work fine, but it's got to be, LTC is asking, what about keeping that in Excel? Yeah, many traders use Excel for this, all right? You, as long as it's something physical that you're doing during your trade, do not save this for after the trade. That's a different process. See, journaling your trades comes later. This is not journaling your trades. Journaling your trades involves grabbing a picture of the chart and then marking the chart up. So let me show you, this is not journaling. This is listing during your trade. You are going through the list during a trade. This is different. So I'm going to erase this now. I hope you got it. Now check this out. This is journaling your trade. You take a picture. I'm going to go over Microsoft as an example, right? You take a picture. You take the picture of the stop. Boom. Now journal later. You do this later. You say, okay, bull elephant bar. Boom. Trying to get the right color here. Bull elephant bar. Entry. Something like this. Bull elephant bar. Okay. You mark off two lots, bull elephant bar. You put your stop here. It takes the 20's far away. Okay, stop. This is journaling. You do this after. All right, first RBI, one lot. Let's say you went second RBI, boom. Big bar stop adjustment, boom. Big bar stop adjustment, boom. See? This is journaling. Bar by bar. Bar. Out. 2, 3, 4. 4 lots. Out. That's what you do later. You list during the trade. You journal after the trade. A few of you let me know that you understand this. You list during the trade. You journal after the trade. Now, let me tell you the magic of journaling after the trade. Listen to me carefully, my babies, okay? When you journal the trade after, you relive the trade step by step. Oh my God. But you are reliving the trade from a state of mind that already knows what happened. So there are two of you. There's the trader in the trade listing out the trade live during the trade. That's the trader. And then there's the journaler after the trader. You become the journaler after the trader. The journaler is always smarter than the trader. Always. Why? Because the journaler knows what happened. So to relive the experience from the position of the journaler is to transmute the experience to the higher level of knowing. So you experience each trade twice. You double your experience. The journaled trade is like two trades, not one. You did the trade live, and you also experienced the trade as the journaler. And I will tell you, journalers progress double the speed of non-journalers, sometimes even more. You will become a master faster as a journaler. You will start making money faster than the non-journaler. You will start getting this faster than the person who does not journal. You will build your experience at double and sometimes triple the speed. You will be a deeper trader than the non-journaler. And so you list out or poker card your way during the trade. That's one part. Later, you can do this at the end of the day. You take a snapshot of that, take an image. All right, you should know how to take an image. Take an image of your play. It's going to become part of your electronic journal file. And you mark off each step during the trade, just like this. And relive that trade, journaling it out. And you might find, shoot, I made an error here. I mean, the insight that's going to come from your journaling, it's going to open your eyes sometimes. You'll be like, wow, why did I do that? I'm never doing that again. It's going to make you see deeper. These two processes are going to work something magical internally, something magical is going to start happening to you. And after several months, you're not going to be able to recognize yourself. You're going to be that changed, that much more seasoned, that much more of a veteran. Some of you are going to do this so well. In a few months, you're going to make us say, wow. This is powerful, traders. This is powerful. No one teaches you this. No one lays out the process like this. No one breaks your trading down into 7 parts, line by line like this. Thank you, Tom. You're now head and shoulders above what 98% of the people out there trading have. You have more than what they have. Now, all you have to do is get your experience. Trade, 20 trades, 20 trades, 20 trades, 20 trades, 20 trades. That's your mission. That's your job. 20 trades, 20 trades, 20 trades. Get your experience. Kill demons 20 trades at a time. Journal, journal, journal. Get the experience in. Double your experience by journaling. It takes work to become good at anything. It takes effort to become good at everything. Don't be one of these traders that just lets Tuesday is just another Monday. Wednesday is just another Monday. Thursday is just another Monday. Repeat it over and over again. Don't be one of those. Do your process. List out. Work on a demon every 20 trades. Make every trade have a purpose. And journal, 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 journal. And one day, something is going to happen. One day, a shift is going to occur. Almost like a click. You're going to feel it. You're going to know it. And that's that point where experience kicks in and says, okay, I'm big enough to now be your guide. You're going to feel it. You're going to know it. And that's the point of no return. All right. Thank you, Javier. I appreciate that comment. Thank you very much. I like the way you worded that too. All right. Someone wants me to very quickly explain the trap zone. Let's see if I can find one. Let's see here. All right, look at the Cisco. First bar of the day, negative. You wait. Okay, just wait for which event happens first. You don't quite get a bull 180 here yet. It's an RBI. Boom. The first one of your 7 events happens here. Stop. Below the low. Okay. Mandatory add on the first pullback. You kind of get 3 pushes here too. 1, 2, 3. Add on the first pullback. New high profit taking rights. Some or all or none. Up to you. Do you see those, guys? Do you see those I'm pointing out here? Do you see it? You just wait for one of your 7 things to happen. That's it. And don't pick and choose. Don't say, oh, an RBI happened, but I'm not taking that one. No, that's not your choice. This is your destiny. And it's the same formula over and over again. Let me see if I can get a trap zone scenario here. All right. So this is not it, but look, grab your Fab 4. All right. And grab the Fab 4. So we got the 200, we got the 20, we got Friday's closing price, and we got kind of like the last price range zone. So this becomes our fabulous 4 block. Now, if your stock opens here, it's trapped between the upper part of your zone and the bottom part of your zone. Inside of the Fab 4 is a trap. It's trapped between resistance and support. Boing, 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 boing. Do you understand me? In the middle of the Fab 4, it's trapped. It's only free if the stock is outside of the trap zone. Then it's free. It's free of entrapment. All right? All right, let's take Citi. Okay, boom. Mandatory add. All right, 80% retracement. So let's go over the straight. Let's go over the straight. Okay. So let's stop. Your 20 is far away. You don't quite get 3 pushes. All right, you get 2, but not 3. Pull back, add. Okay, if you want to add again, you can. Let's not do that one, but you can. Okay, 80% retracement here. Stop adjustment to pivot 1. Big bar stop adjustment. Okay. You really don't get your new high, really. This stop stays in place. Next thing you get, big bar. Boom. Then red bar followed by 2 green. Boom, boom. Red bar stop adjustment. Boom. Uh-oh. Now you're power trending. Now it's the 8-period moving average. Get that 8-period moving average on that chart and trail out of it. All right? You're probably eliminated on the 8, somewhere around there. Now, what's the characteristics of a power trend? Let me tell you. It's little bars and frequent RBIing. Let's do it like this. Let me do it. Little bars, a bunch of little bars with RBIs sprinkled in there. Okay? And little bars with some RBIs sprinkled in there. And so it's tight, it's narrow, and it's usually around a 45-degree angle on your chart. Okay? Look. RBI, 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 RBI. Tight, narrow, little bars, boom. Now it's the 8-period moving average. Oh yeah, somewhere there. And you can do a 1-bar violation or a 2-bar. That's your choice. Okay, that's your choice. Okay, Baba started power trending. Look at the power trend here. RBI, 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 RBI. So you want to trail it on the 8 after identifying it as a power trend? Boom. Now look at the power trend again. Tight, narrow, little bars. You want the 8-period moving average there. All right? You're probably out somewhere like here. Okay? Let's look at Baba here, since I have the 8 on this chart. So see the 8 here? There's the 8. Boom. So you're out there. When it's tight, narrow, little bars, grinding, all right? Look at Starbucks on the way down. Look at the 8. You're under the 200. You're under the 20. Look at the 8. And this is why some people do a 2-bar stop, not a 1-bar stop. 2-bar keeps you in there. You see this? All right. Yes, Starbucks was in the trap zone. You see? But guys, listen, I don't want, there are still some things that I need to teach you, but they will come over time. Do you understand? I can't teach you everything. It's like you can't take someone in first grade and start teaching them geometry and higher levels of advanced algebra and they're in first grade. You got to take things step by step. But one of the things is violence. One of the future things is violence cancels out everything. So see the violence in this first bar? This cancels out the trap zone. Violence is a canceller. So the violent nature of this first bar means now there is no trap zone. Now just play it short. Play it short like there is nothing else nearby. You know, your stop's got to be here. But play it and just play it like with the formula. Look at this violent bar. Boom. Look at this GBI. Boom. Look at this move away. Take profits. Get back in there. Boom. Take profits. And just play it like you know how to play it. You got the position in your favor. Boom. Topping tail bar. Play that. You know that. Take profits. Move out. All right. You want to get back in there? Boom. Tight stop. Boom. GBI. Boom. Take profits. You want to get back in there? Boom. Tight stop. Take profits. Just do what you know. Just make sure the position, you're playing negative position, so you're going short. And you're not going to go too far wrong in most cases. Other things will come, though. But you have enough now to take your journey to mastery. I'm telling you. We are in the middle part of the day. So like I taught you, you should really, I like the 5-minute time frame for the middle of the day. All right. Now look at your 5 minutes. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that 8-period moving average. Keep you in 8-period, 8-period, 8-period. Boom. Out. Beautiful. Same thing on the 5-minute. No difference at all. That's Starbucks. GBI. 8-period moving average keeping you in. Traders, do you love it? Do you love it? I love it so. I love it. What do I think about trading in the last 15 minutes? Listen, you can do anything you want to. If it's one of your events, you got a nice controlled stop and won't get hurt. If it doesn't work, I say do it. Why hold back your experience? Traders, congratulations on completing part 1 of the live trading camp, the 3-day portion. Now we do 10 live trading sessions together from here as part 2. And after those 10 sessions, this should be so deeply ingrained. This should be so automatic that your only mission is just 20 trades more, 20 trades more, experience, trade, step by step, trade by trade, 20 trades by 20 trades, all the way to mastery. I love trading. And now that you're mine, I love you too. Go to work, guys. Congratulations. Ciao for now. Boom. Yeah. Woo. and another one, and then guys, I got a gift for you. I have a gift for you. I've got a gift for you. Wait, let me stop the music. I got a gift for you. I got a gift for you. Listen, I think everyone here should take the very next live trading camp. Repetition has a value. Trust me, especially if this is your first time. If this is your first time, you need another time. That second and third time is more magical than the first time. Now, it's $600 for a retake. It's $600 for a retake. $800 to take it initially, but $600 for a retake. Listen to me. If you sign up and commit today, it's $100. Now, I'm giving it away to you. $100. That's it. That's a bottle of wine, guys. It's worth that. You will get another 3-day session with me. You'll get another block of 10 trades together, 10 trading sessions. Do it again, and I promise you the magic is even more. Ask anyone who's done this a second or third time. Do it today, and it's yours for $100. After today, it's $600. Your choice. All right? Boom. Do it. $100. That's nothing. Do it. I just want you. I'm trying to incentivize you to do it again. And you're going to see it'll even take you further and further. All right, guys. Love you to death.